I was seeing a situation where a goal is scored and the fans are celebrating. What is that? Let me ask you, Abdul Badel. Let me just ask you, Abdul, if Chelsea was to be caught up in that predicament, would you be celebrating for Arsenal or not? Now, let me say if Chelsea was in Spurs position,
Yeah.
what would be your position?
I'll be honest with you. For me, I'll do the same as Spurs. I'll never want Arsenal to win a league title because they say this: the enemy of your enemy is my friend. Okay, so I'd rather someone who I don't know.
Yeah.
We have
Abdul,
enemy.
do you mean to tell me you'd rather even sacrifice qualifying for the Champions League? Yeah.
Arsenal is a team that
the thing is,
every fan.
the thing is, lazima support team yako. You have to support your team first, yeah.
Yeah.
So lazima, as in, people Abdul hapo mwongea ufala, acha nikwambie tu ukweli.
The mentality in that club. Even Abdul was telling you that club, to be honest, even Spurs, they're actually just a waste of space within the Premier. They ought to be relegated and then go and play.
You remember the Conte rant before he was sacked?
Yeah.
Hey, he was like, this team is dead, man. Like they don't want to win anything. They're okay to be failures.
All right, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. This is Don from Kenya Gunners TV, and I'm joined with my fellow enemies.
Best of rivals.
It's the best of rivals. Let me just say it's the best of rivals. Of course, we are friends, but anyway, when it comes to our teams playing, bro, mazea tutakangi ujinga, man. That's the time whereby I don't care whether they're Abdul, I don't care they're Derek, man. I want my team to win. Yeah, but anyway, actually, we're basically just here, but to just have a weekend preview. Well, not really a weekend preview, because technically the Chelsea game was being played yesterday, same to Manu game. I think me and Arsenal and Manu played over the weekend. But anyway, the season is coming to an end, so this is basically just a preview of what has been happening. So you already know, by the way, it's actually sad by the way to say this. Nasikia vibaya sana nikisema hivi, but technically as is.
Ligi imeenda, acha nikusemee, ligi imeenda. Usisikie vibaya.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let me just say this, by the unless the football gods, unless it's written in the stars that this thing ought to come to Arsenal, but I don't see that happening. There's no way by the Pep is dropping points. We know Pep's pedigree. We've seen what Pep has done over the years. If there's anybody who's still dreaming, if there's any Arsenal fan who's still thinking that Pep is going to drop points, don't hurt yourself. Yeah, stop killing yourself.
Maybe he might give Arteta the league. You don't know. They don't shoot them down.
This is not a soap opera, man.
Exactly, this is not a soap opera, but let's just be real. Actually, Abdul, I think I was chatting with you earlier on in the group, and I'm like, I don't do this to myself. I don't keep myself with this hope, saying that Aston is going to win the league. Because Declan Rice has friends in West Ham, he's going to probably chat and ask them. I don't do that myself. The fact that Moyes by there used to be.
The reality is that final game and City are going to trash West Ham vibaya sana. Game is shut at 4-5-0. It'll be a high scoring game.
See that. I definitely see that happening. But anyway, listen. Let me first of all ask you, by the Derek Maza, what do you make of the match between Tottenham and Man City?
And Man City.
Guys, let's wait first of all before to win the ball. I need to be above Derek in the league. Then we can continue.
Come again.
In the table, I'm above Man United. So Derek, you are supposed to be down here.
Unajua shida Chelsea fans, yani mnafurahia mnafurahi kucompete. There was a time mna compete for the league. Sasa mnafurahi kuingia Europa.
Progress.
But it's progress because in the last two seasons mmekuwa mkimaliza 11th and 10th. So kumaliza number 6 is a good achievement, yeah.
But anyway, let me bring you guys to the topic. I know you guys have your own battle, but it's the mid-table battle.
Bro. There's no
it's the mid-table battle. That's none of my concern.
None of our concern also.
No, you can have the Conference League. Say, I'd rather I'd rather we are not in Europe than to play in the Conference League. So you can play in the Conference League, bro.
Europa,
Fair
you
enough.
want Europa?
Fair enough. But anyway, listen. Let me start with Abdul. By the way, what did you make of the Tottenham vs Man City game? Do you feel like? Anyway, what did you make of it?
I'll be honest, in the first half, Arsenal fans were holding on, wishing that Spurs could do them a favor. But the truth is, Tottenham is a bottling football club. If you
Yeah.
remember the battle at the bridge, they were supposed to win for themselves, not for anyone else. But they
Yep.
bottled it. They bottled the league. And you man expected them to win for you. Arsenal fans, you man are shameless.
Let me just say this actually before Derek will come.
Yeah,
There's been this debate and there's been this back and forth by there with the fact that Arsenal fans were actually talking by there for Spurs to do them a
yeah,
favor. For me personally, by the listen, here in Africa, by the way, we're not really in London. We don't know much about the beef that goes on in there. But the truth is this: I was even actually telling Abdul off camera that
yeah.
in Africa, the rivalry is between Arsenal and Manchester United, and Chelsea as well. When
Mhm.
the guys who basically made the rivalry in the Premier League was Pep. What am I talking about? Pep. I mean,
Arsene
Fergie,
Wenger and Fergie.
Arsene Wenger, and Jose
And
Mourinho.
Chelsea, yeah.
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 So, like you see, the rival, the North London derby, we're not really much involved in it, so we really don't know much about what goes on over there. But the thing is this: it's really sad, or rather very strange, to see that Tottenham would rather not make the top four, yeah, and
Yeah.
basically just kill our hopes of winning the
But to
Premier
be
League.
fair, to be
Yeah,
fair, that game first half, Tottenham really played well. Actually, I was worried for a minute there. First half, they played very
Exactly,
well. I
man.
think they were the better team first half. Second
that's
half,
what
I
I'm
don't know
saying.
what happened.
I have no problem with the players. I have no
Yeah,
problem with the players. The players actually, because as a player, you have to maintain your professionalism and you do what is expected of you. But
exactly.
the fan base, man, it just shows you the mentality of the fan base. And you can imagine that mentality. That mentality basically has a ripple effect on the players.
On the
You can
players, yeah.
imagine, I was seeing a situation where a goal is scored and the fans are celebrating. What is that? Let me ask you, Abdul Badel. Let me just ask you, Abdul, if Chelsea was to be caught up in that predicament, would you be celebrating for Arsenal or not? Now, let me say if Chelsea was in Spurs position,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
what would be your position?
I'll be honest with you. For me, I'll do the same as Spurs. I'll never want Arsenal to win a league title
I
because
mean,
they say this: the enemy of your enemy is my friend. Okay, so I'd rather someone who I don't know.
yeah.
We have the same
Abdul,
little enemy. Ah,
do you mean to tell me you'd rather even sacrifice qualifying for the Champions League? Yeah? And
Arsenal
then
is a team
Unajua
that
the
is
thing
hated
is,
by
yeah,
every fan base.
the thing is, lazima support team yako. You have to support your team first, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
exactly.
lazima as in hapo Abdul hapo mwongea ufala, acha nikwambie tu ukweli.
Eh,
Eh,
No,
bana.
no, no, no,
lazima tu
no.
support team yako like
You'll support your team, but you'd rather your enemy win before you win.
nah, if you are good enough to win the league, you win the league, man.
Yeah, but that
That's
was
just
not
how it
about
is.
winning the league. It was about Arsenal.
Yeah.
Your enemy is going to win this
No,
league.
it's not. If you're good enough, you're not going to win the league by winning or losing one game. If
Mhm.
you are there, you are there for a reason. You get.
Yeah,
Let me
but you
just say
So
should
this
you should
actually,
not allow
Abdul.
your enemy to win the league. That's my point.
yeah,
No. But let me say this. Yes, okay, we have a situation, but let me put it in black and white. So we have a situation now by now. Chelsea is in a position to basically beat Man City and allow Arsenal to win the league. Yeah, and what is
yeah,
at stake on your end is to qualify for the Champions League. You'd
Mhm.
rather
yeah.
bottle it so that you'd rather bottle it
Because
so that
okay,
you.
Remember,
let's say
remember the
okay,
season week, Spurs were fighting for the league. That's why I rephrased battle at the bridge. We knew
let's
Yes,
say
if Spurs beat us,
hypothetically,
they might challenge. But we battled because we knew Spurs is a team not on our level. We'd rather
okay,
give the league to Leicester City than Tottenham, a London
okay,
rival. That's the point.
hypothetically, if Tottenham had won the game against City, they'll still be in contention for top four, right?
Yep.
for the top four,
Currently,
right?
currently, yeah. If they won that
Yeah.
Yeah,
game,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that's hey, basi Spurs ni team of father. Chat
No,
cemetery.
the mentality in that club. You see, even
The
Abdul was telling
mentality.
you that club. To be honest, even Spurs, they're actually just a waste of space. But in the Premier League, they ought to be relegated.
You,
By
rem-
then, go and
you,
play in
you
Champions League.
remember you remember the Conte rant before he was
Yeah,
sacked?
yeah.
Hey, he was like, "This team is dead, Master. Like they don't want to win anything. They're okay to be failures."
That's
Hey,
what I'm
For
Conte
them,
saying.
Conte
for
Conte
them,
ranted on.
Arsenal losing, they are happy. That's Tottenham Hotspur.
You see, that's the
Yeah.
thing. And not only Conte. I remember, by the way, I was just, the videos that you have, going around on social media. Mourinho, Mourinho,
Mourinho
man,
also.
Mourinho's
Mourinho
pedigree. His credentials. The guy who's basically won everything by in the world. Okay,
won in every
So
club also.
exactly.
Every club, yeah.
So
Except Tottenham.
What Mourinho basically said is that he has affiliations, but then he has his affection with the clubs that he's coached. But the only club that he doesn't have any affection towards is Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Tottenham
Yeah.
That is
Hotspur.
Mourinho. Okay. Then you have Conte.
Mm-hmm.
Conte basically highlighted the mentality of the club from the owners to the fans to the staff to the everybody in the club, to the groundsmen, to the security. Everybody in the club has a loser mentality. Okay. Then most recently, Big Ange Postecoglou mentioned the same thing. He mentioned that the first 40 the last 48 hours before the game basically gave him an idea of
Of
the
how the
pedigree of
club
the
is.
club,
Yeah.
how the club is run. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, man. That club, honestly speaking, is just a waste of space.
But now let's come to Arsenal. Even Arsenal in recent history, they've bottled the league how many times? So North London United is the same thing.
It's not a
Probably.
matter of bottling the league. It's not a matter of bottling the league, but at least having a winning mentality.
I
Listen,
mean,
if you look at the
yeah,
Spurs cabinet,
I get what Don is saying. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
what Don is
yeah,
saying. He's saying like Tottenham are two stars in like they're just okay. They win, they lose, as in they don't have that winners mentality.
But
these guys have
in
not
history,
won.
even Arsenal are doing the same thing. Don't run away from that.
No, 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 no. It's very different. Listen, we actually, yes, I know. By the way, we have this. It's been over the season. By the way, is listen.
Arsenal
Every
is the
team
most
bottles.
team to spend number one
So,
most times, but not winning the league. Did you know?
that is the Premier
Abu,
League.
say
That is
that
the
stat
Premier League.
again. Abu, repeat again.
90% Arsenal have spent in number one position, but they rarely win the league.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. At least we have trophies in our cabinet. We have, if in
So,
fact, but they right now, I'll even tell you, but they people talk about the FA Cup. The club that has the most FA Cups by in history is Arsenal. So at least we have trophies in our cabinet. What does Spurs have? Even Carabao, nothing, nothing, no trophy. So that's what I'm
no
saying, man.
trophy
These guys
in
don't even.
since what 2009.
Yeah, somewhere there, 2 8 there.
What did this guy
2009.
win? What?
It
But
was
the
a
Arsenal
Carabao Cup
in
in
the last.
2009. Ilikuwa ni Carabao Cup 2009. It
Yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah.
Carabao Cup in 2009.
Uh-huh.
Yo, that team,
Yeah.
that team. To be honest,
And
but it's
before
just
and
a waste of
before and
space.
before they won that Carabao in 2009, they had like a 10
Dry
years
spell
drought or
for a very
something.
long. Yeah,
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 Seattle
yeah,
coming back shida consistently. They had a long drought. They won at the Carabao, never won anything ever since. So they have that loser mentality.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is it by there for the right now. But there's is I think the title is basically out of our hands, unless maybe West Ham does a miracle, which I don't see
but
happening.
Don, you should not blame Tottenham for bottling it for you. You bottled it yourself.
No, no. But they listen.
No,
But
and
let me say this by there as an Arsenal fan. The thing is this, that's what I'm saying. I'll be real with you. The Fulham game during the festive season, the December festive season, the
Yep.
West Ham
mhm,
game, and
Uh-huh.
now the game that actually
Aston
most
Villa.
recently, the Aston Villa game,
just
that was
Villa
just
game.
by
Yeah.
the last nail being driven in the coffin.
Yep.
I felt like, with Man City, where Man City is right now, you have to
Mm-hmm.
be extremely good. You have to be
Yeah.
You have
extremely
to
good for them to win the
extremely
Premier
good
League.
at 90 plus points. 90
Uh-huh.
plus
Exactly.
points. Cannot get
Yeah.
in
So
90 you ain't winning the league.
yeah. So I think where
Mm-hmm.
we messed it up, where we completely messed it up, there was the Aston Villa game, the Fulham game, and the West Ham game. But then also, let me also say this because I remember this vividly well. The VR also, but they had a hand in this You remember the
The,
Newcastle game?
the Newcastle game.
The Newcastle game when the ball went outside by the air and the
Did
VR
not
cut.
go outside
Oh,
of
this,
the
oh yeah,
line.
I remember the
Oh,
game.
your ball ilienda inje bana.
Fine
We,
margins,
we,
bro.
we,
Fine
we
margins.
will do that experiment with you. I'll show you something.
Okay. The thing is this actually, but I was even reading an article most recently, and basically clubs are basically going to
The
vote
VR.
whether they want the VR to be kept in the Premier League or not.
Mhm.
Do you guys want the VR to be kept in the Premier League?
No, hell no, bro. Me, I've never been a
No.
supporter of VR. Never been the supporter of
Me,
that.
I'm going on a different way. Let me say this. I think the problem is not VR, is the people running it, in my opinion. Because in
I
other leagues,
agree.
VR is working very well.
I agree. But then the VR is a very good system, Derek. The people who
Yeah,
are running it are the guys who are actually messing up. You see, the
Even
good
in
thing
the
about
World
the
Cup,
VR
we said in the
system,
World Cup, it
it's
was
a
good.
yeah, it's a very transparent system that allows everybody, even the fans, to basically make an analysis of what's being
Hmm.
projected on the screen. The
you
problem
know
is the
those.
guys who make the decisions behind it are
Yeah,
the guys who mess up the whole thing. So on this,
Hmm.
but Abdullah, I'm with you.
Hmm.
I feel like the guys who actually behind the VR system are the guys who basically need to be. They just, I don't know whether they need to be. They need a whole new training, or they should
the
just allow
thing.
the computer to basically just run this thing, or
No,
basically
the
automate
Premier
things.
League, Premier League officiating is basically mediocre. Actually, I think Premier League has the worst officiating in Europe
Yeah.
top five leagues. Yeah,
Yeah.
they increase time where they are not supposed to. They reduce time where they're not supposed to. You get.
Mm.
But personally, VR, football is about those small margins.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Anyway, listen, we move to the next segment. Now let's talk
yeah.
about Aston Villa qualifying for Champions League. It really hurts because man, our former coach, Unai Emery, uh, he's the guy who basically put the final nail in the coffin. But
Of
anyway, I think
Arsenal suffering.
banter aside, I think these guys they honestly deserve Bade to get the Champions League. In fact, Bade, if I'm to look at Aston Villa and look at Tottenham, I think Aston Villa actually Bade deserve to be in the
Aston
Champions League.
Villa, they deserve to be in the Champions League. Yeah,
Yeah,
they,
they deserve to be in the
they've been
Champions League.
they've been playing good football this season. So yeah, they deserve the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not there by accident. They deserve the Champions League.
And
So let's
Watkins
see.
is fire, man.
Oli Watkins. Yeah, I think he'll. I don't think. I'm not seeing him at Aston Villa next season. So
Mhm.
most likely Aston Villa wataenda kuflop Champions League
He's
like
an Arsenal
Leicester
fan,
did.
don't
Yeah.
Watkins an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
No, he is actually. Do you even
He's an
remember when
Arsenal
he
fan.
scored? Do you remember when he scored? Actually, he went to the corner, held the flag,
Mm.
and then it's like you should have signed me.
Yeah.
You should have signed me. Yeah.
No,
So
that's the Henry celebration. And Saka hufanya kifunga. So
Shithousery.
shit outside, bro. Shit outside.
yeah, but no, fair enough. Actually, I think Aston Villa by they deserve the Champions League. But the Champions League is a different space. The way they are playing, unless maybe they invest properly,
Mhm.
uh, listen, it will just be one of those sides that will just be there in the Champions League. But they truly deserve to be the Champions League. They have quite some interesting players, Leon Bailey, guys who
Mhm.
actually work,
You know
work.
the issue is those interesting players are going to be signed by bigger clubs.
Mhm.
Like Oli Watkins, I'm pretty sure Oli Watkins will be either in Chelsea or Man United next season. I think even Arsenal. So you guys need a striker because
Yeah, we need a
Jesus is
striker, but I wouldn't take. I think from all the strikers by day, I think I would go for either Tony or Isak. Ole
he,
Watkins, nah,
Wow.
see,
Oli
it still
Watkins is
doesn't
a good
convince me.
striker. How many goals does he have this season? He's on 20 plus this season already.
Yeah. In
Or,
the
How
league,
many
or
does
maybe.
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I think 20 plus. Yeah. Overall.
Yeah, I think he's on 20 plus goals. No, not overall. I'm talking about Premier League only. I think he's on 20 plus goals on Premier League. If not,
Yeah,
he's
Really?
on. Yeah, I think he's. If not 20, he's almost 20, 18,
19
19.
there, 18. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
a decent striker playing for a decent team. So most likely atakuwa taken from to another club.
Mhm.
So the moment they start selling their players now in the Champions League, that's how teams flop on the big stage.
Yep.
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But
So
the thing is this, with Champions League, of course, there's fans that comes in with Champions League. So I think as much as they'll be selling players, they'll basically
yeah.
be balancing their books because they'll sell players, which means they'll make money out of it. And then also the
Okay.
champion. I don't know if the FFP allows you to use the Champions League money, or is it a case whereby you have to sell for you to
No,
buy? I don't know how the FFP works.
the FFP is okay.
Yeah,
FFP is okay
yeah, yeah.
using the Champions League money.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So most likely, as much as they'll be selling, they'll equally be investing as well. So I don't know. Let's see. But before you buy a player, before he gels, I don't know. Unless maybe a someone like Haaland who just comes in and just fits in, and then they are later on discovered that guy is a bum, man. That guy, I'm telling you, I don't rate him at all. Anyway, we've lost Derek. Yeah, Derek, you're
So
back. Anyway,
I think my next, yeah.
yeah, no problem. We move to the next segment. So I think Abdul, you'll have much say on this, by the way. So
Mhm.
Chelsea, you guys actually beat Brighton yesterday. I watched the game actually. You guys played all right. The youngins are gelling. I actually even DM'd you
Yeah,
today on WhatsApp. So
yeah,
tell me,
yeah, yeah.
man, you guys are back on track. Do you see yourself challenging?
I'm one of the few Chelsea fans who backed Pochettino, and I'm actually enjoying how we are playing. Because guys, if you haven't been watching our games, this is how we've been playing most of our games, but not taking our chances. But
Yeah,
recently, our chances are going in the back of the net, which is beautiful to see. You know, Cole
yeah,
Palmer, he was not recognized by anyone at Man City. He was just a squad player. Came to Chelsea, he's the main man.
yeah.
Caicedo, people are saying,
So
he's a bum. Now he's
so
balling.
let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Yeah, you
Uh-huh.
see Cole Palmer replicating his form next season
Yeah, I think if he has a better striker and a left winger rather than Mudrik, I think he might
because
go a notch higher, in my opinion.
you think he'll score 20 plus goals next season?
If he, yeah, he might. Maybe, yeah, he might do. If you're going to rely on him alone, he might do. Maybe the assists will also go up. But the goals, if you get in a striker, I don't think the goals will be 20 plus. But
Because
if you
I
get
think
another a better right
I,
winger, I think the left winger he'll do well.
I think this is one of the one season wonders cases, like he's just
Nah,
good for
come
this season.
on.
Next season, I think
Nah,
I'm seeing him next season struggling to even get 10 goals. So it's a normal,
come
bro.
on. Nah. This is
You're
not
sure?
Bruno Fernandes, man.
No, Bruno has been class ever since joining United. Yeah,
Nah, one season
yeah.
wonder. That's exactly
No,
Bruno
he has
Fernandes.
never been a one season wonder. I think ever since we signed him, I think he's the player who has created most chances every season.
But
So he's
the
always
first season
consistent.
he scores 20 plus goals. Then what happened to him?
No, he scored. Okay, he scored 20 plus goals all competitions.
Uh-huh.
That's a remarkable stat for us for a midfielder.
And then what
Any
happened?
I don't think there's any midfielder who has scored 20 plus goals since
Consistently. Frank Lampard did it consistently.
Frank Lampard did it only one season. He has never done
But his
twice.
if you add a goal contribution, Frank Lampard is up there with one of the best midfielders, goal scoring midfielders. But
So
Bruno one season disappeared. I don't think Cole Palmer is
disappeared
going to
where?
do
Like, okay, compare. I want you to check Bruno Fernandes stats every
that. Uh-huh.
season since he joined Man
Uh-huh.
United.
Mhm.
His
It
stats are
went
always
down. It did not.
consistent.
It did not go above. It reduced.
I think
Go and check.
his first season he overachieved. He overachieved on
Ah,
his first season. He overachieved on his first
no, you're,
season.
you're, you're
20,
downplaying the
20
point
plus,
now.
no, 20 plus goals for a midfielder, sio mchezo. Yeah,
No,
20
it's true.
plus
You're
goals for a
right.
midfielder. Yeah,
You see, the thing is this: Bruno Fernandes, Bruno. By the way, Bruno, actually rate Bruno. The problem is he's in the
yeah.
wrong club at the moment.
No,
Nah, guys. I don't rate Bruno. Derek knows this.
no. You also don't rate Kevin De Bruyne. So you are okay. Ukianza
No,
kuniambia the players you don't rate.
compared to Bruno, I think Bruno he's the older Mason Mount in my opinion. I
Abu,
used to say that before. But
Nini,
KDB
don't.
has two
Yeah,
world
go
class
ahead.
qualities:
I
shooting
want you
Go
and
ahead,
to
Derek.
ask.
crossing.
I want you to ask Abdul his opinion on Kevin De Bruyne. Just ask him his opinion on Kevin De Bruyne.
I'm
But
going to
what's
say
your
it
what's,
right
what's
now.
He says he's an average player. Like, who says Kevin De
ah,
Bruyne is an average player?
In my
bro?
opinion,
KDB
I
is the
think
baller,
he has only two world class qualities. Two, the shooting and the crossing. Everything else
bro.
in KDB, he's not that good.
Bro,
Bro, let me say this. Let me say this by then. Let me Abdul.
Mm,
Have you ever seen Man City without KDB?
yes.
bro. When actually the engine, by the engine of Man City's KDB, bro, that guy is a baller.
The
Listen, I'm
engine
an
You
of Man
Arsenal fan,
remember?
City
but
is Rodri. Is
You,
Rodri,
re,
guys. Come on, man.
you remember the
I
guy
also rate
was out.
Rodri.
The guy was out. I think Kevin De Bruyne has been out most parts of the season. You remember the
Yeah,
game he returned? It was Man City
yeah,
versus Newcastle. City
yeah.
were down. I
I
think De
appreciate
Bruyne
his
was.
performance.
Nah, that performance was world class, Marcel. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kevin
because
De
you see,
Bruyne.
what usually happens when a player comes off injury, you expect him to be rusty. You expect him, just like Thomas Partey. You see, when Thomas Partey when he came back for the first like two
Mm,
games, he was a bit rusty. He was losing balls, misplaced passes. But when KDB came back, man, that guy fit instantly and basically changed the whole
yeah,
game. So man,
hit
His
the
KDB is a
ground
all-round
running.
baller.
game for me, his KDB, his all-round game isn't that good. Crossing and
Yeah,
shooting,
there.
amazing. But passing 1-2 passes and that, I don't think he's that good compared to the best midfielders in the world, like Modric, Kroos. There are things he cannot do, like control
No,
the tempo
actually,
of the game,
De
like that.
Bruyne is on that level. He's on that level. If you start talking about the best midfielders in
Nah.
Premier League history,
Ah,
you have to mention De Bruyne. He's on that level. Yeah,
So
for
so so
me, not
but
yet.
before we actually go off topic, because you see we're still on
yeah.
Chelsea,
We're
Chelsea
still on
getting back on
Chelsea.
track. So let
Okay.
me ask Abdul, by the you being a Chelsea fan, do you see yourself challenging next season? Do you see yourself going for the Premier League?
It depends on what we do because our project is still youth project. We needed experience this season. We did not get experience, but I'll say Pochettino is kind of overachieving. But if you get maybe left wing, the Modric side, for example, you get like a Grealish. I admire Jack Grealish. If he comes to Chelsea and maybe a striker and a centre back, we might challenge because those are the areas, in my opinion, where we need more good players, top class players.
So, okay,
No,
fair
okay,
enough.
okay, okay. If you're talking about challenging for Premier League next season, that means your team hitting at least 90 plus points. You
Yep.
see, you,
Yes.
you see your team getting 90 plus points next season.
Right now we are 60, so that is
Bro, you are
even
celebrating. You're celebrating
listen,
qualifying for Europa.
listen,
Cool
listen,
down,
listen.
bro.
We are 60 points right now.
So
Pochettino said that the first 10 games cost us this season
I'm saying, I'm
because
saying,
we
I'm
are in a
saying,
transition.
I'm saying, if you are to
Mhm.
compete for the Premier League next season, you can even get the 90 plus points and not win the league.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if
but
you're, if
Man
you're
City are
talking
not
about
themselves. We've
competing,
seen it.
that
They
means
are losing
no,
players. Man City are losing players almost in the last 2 years. They've been
Man City
losing
have been
players a lot.
losing players every season. They have been losing players every season. Last season
Yeah,
for Palm,
Exactly.
but this season they signed a bum in
yeah,
Doku. Who is Doku?
Gundogan. Actually, you remember how Gundogan was the end of the last season?
Yeah, he was
He
on
was
fire.
basically carrying Man City. Season Elisha,
Exactly.
And
what did
Mares.
they do?
And
Yeah, they
Mares,
sold him and Maris. So they can even sell their best players this season, and Bado next season they are still competing. Yeah,
You see,
the Premier League is Man City's league. Like senior tunafaa kuwanyang'anya.
yeah,
by
that's
the
why
way,
we said he said challenging, not winning it.
So you just want to challenge, like you're comfortable
no, I
challenging,
don't.
yeah.
To
I
be
think
honest,
we might.
Abdul,
Uh,
I don't see you guys challenging, man. The mentality.
if
I
we
mean,
get
those
if we
those.
get the right players, I think we might
No, no, no,
challenge.
no. It's not even a matter of the right players. With the young Turks, bro, they still have a fragile mind. It reminds me of the time they still need the experience. Because let me tell you one thing. One thing that I've
That's
come
why
to
I said
learn
we need to
over
add experience. Exactly. Yeah.
one thing that I've come to learn over the Premier League. You see, as much as guys who say, but they Arsenal have bottled it. To be honest, we've not bottled it, bro. We've
No, yeah,
worked hard,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Those guys have
Uh,
you've
worked
worked
hard.
hard actually. Yeah, you've worked hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you've learned by the way. You see, bro, we are taking Man City to the end day,
To the
Abdul.
end of the final game, yeah,
The
Liverpool have
final
been doing
game.
that
that's
all
only
year
that's
long.
interesting.
Liverpool have been doing what you guys have been doing. So we call
Like
Liverpool bottlers, bottlers. Let's not have
Abdul, we are losing you.
s- since you are talking about next season, me
Yeah,
personally, I'm saying next season the standard of Premier League ikishuka mbaya sana. With the departure of Klopp, Liverpool are going to be a very average team next season, and they're in the
yeah,
Champions League.
yeah,
Aston
yeah,
Villa
yeah.
are in the Champions League. Like me personally, I think Premier League next season is going to be very much boring. I think Man City will run away with the league easy. I'm not seeing
Why?
any
Why?
serious club. I'm not seeing any serious club. Like if you say Arsenal, like
What are you talking about,
I, I,
Bana? Are you seeing what you're doing,
I'm
Bana?
not, I'm not saying,
Derek,
I'm not saying Arsenal. Actually, personally, I'm not saying Arsenal being any better than this season. I think this is your season to win the league. This was your season to win the league.
remember, that is what you
Yeah.
said last season. You remember last
No.
season, but now last season, but I can confidently say we bottled it. That's what guys said last season. We came back, we dusted, we're now challenging. So, bro, and but then the thing is this, even Mikel Arteta knows, even him, he knows. And me, even as an Arsenal fan, I say this. If Mikel doesn't get a trophy, it's going to be a very, very tough conversation, but they are going to be having as fans with him.
He hasn't
So,
been getting a trophy for 5 years
The
right
guy,
now.
the guy, actually can be. It's not even. It's a tough conversation at the moment. The guy has
Uh-huh.
gone what 4 years trophyless. Is it
Imagine.
4 years
And they're still
trophyless?
hopeful. Hopeful.
Yeah,
He's gonna
hopefully
do
of
it
what,
next year.
bro?
Next year. Next year.
Next season, actually can be. You see, the thing is, last season you guys shocked the league. Actually can be. From my personal side, I see
Mhm.
last season you
No
guys
one
shocked the
expected
league.
Arsenal. Yeah,
No one
true.
expected Arsenal to honestly compete for the league. You guys, if
yeah,
you remember the previous season, I think you finished, was it eighth or seventh? You're not even in
yeah.
the, yeah, Lukwaga, I think number eight. Then the next
We
season,
finished
you went
eighth
and,
twice.
yeah,
We finished
then
eighth
second,
twice. And you
then
see,
second.
that's what I'm saying. We've been on an upward trajectory. Remember, by the way, we finished eighth twice. Then you
Yeah,
went.
and you
Remember
know,
when you basically capitulated in the last minute and missed out on the top four. You remember? Then Spurs
yeah,
actually got the top four.
yeah.
Then last season we actually challenged. This
Mhm.
season we're equally challenging. So,
So,
bro, I think
so the thing I'm telling you is, last season you guys shocked the league. No one expected Arsenal to compete for the league. That was last
Mhm.
season. The season you remained consistent, as in you picked up where you left last season and you continue. Next season, people are going to take Arsenal like a serious club. That means your
Uh-huh.
games are going to be very tough. You get,
Mhm.
people are going to be facing Arsenal like usual. Like, this is a serious club. We have
Mhm.
to put our A game, and I think that's where you're going to lose it. So next season, I'm seeing you like, okay, you'll still be in top four. I'm not saying that in top four, Manini, but you won't be challenging for the league. I think Man City will run away with this league easy. The
Arsenal are
standard
just
of
happy to
Premier
make
League
the
next
Champions League
season,
every
the, st-
season.
the standard, the standard of
that's what
Premier League
people.
next season is going to be very low. I think it is going to be very low.
You see, let me
This
say
season,
this by the way. That
this
is what
season
people
alone,
told me, Derek. That is what people
yeah.
told me by the way last season. That is what people told me when actually that this season, me, I'm still of the opinion that bro, we're still going to challenge. And I feel like the new kid on the block right now. You see, you're saying Klopp is leaving. The guy who's
Yeah.
basically going to be taken by the way Pep to the corner is Mikel Arteta.
Pochettino.
No,
Pochettino.
Pochettino Nini Bana, bro. What are you
You
bro,
talking
guys
about?
have been
Pochettino,
Pochettino?
listen,
bro.
guys. Listen to this. Understand this. Pochettino is the only manager right now remaining in the league to finish above Pep. Did you know?
I,
I don't know which season, but he did it
You know you can't say that because
with
you see that
with
was a
Tottenham
that was
Hotspur,
a
with
bold difference.
Tottenham,
bro, those such stats, man.
a ball playing club.
For a minute, you must sound
Those
like a
stats don't even
Tottenham fan. Like,
those stats
bro,
don't
what
even
kind
make
of stat is
sense.
that? Like, yeah,
What kind of stat is
honestly,
that, Abdul? Man?
there's,
honestly, what
there's
kind of
hope.
stat is
There's
that?
hope. There's hope. There's hope for us.
Bro,
Listen,
no.
the good thing is, you see, the good thing is this is going on record. And you know, by
This
the way,
is
we
on
have these
record, man.
files, huh? So you see these
Uh,
files, but they'll just be releasing them, and I'll be editing them properly. You know, Abdullah, just cut these parts, what you're
Come on,
saying,
guys.
and then put it up at the right time.
If he does it, don't disappear as well. Eh?
Uh,
No,
this
me, I'm
season,
here, bro.
Chelsea, no,
Anyway, listen,
competing for the league. Okay, well, we move.
anyway,
Let's continue.
we move on. So let's go to Ten
Yeah.
Hag. By the yesterday, you guys, I actually didn't watch that game. I was not feeling very well. You guys played Newcastle. Waking up, me, I actually thought, but you guys, Newcastle will beat you guys because you know the current form you guys are in. But shock on me when I woke up, I
You know,
actually found that you guys beat Newcastle. Then I had to watch the game again today, and you guys played all right. But towards the last minute, by the way, you almost actually bottled it, yeah.
We
So
almost
Ten Hag
we were
came
winning
out.
the game. We were winning the game by 3-1. Like, how did we almost bottle it, bro?
No, 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 no. You're winning the
Yeah,
game 3-1. And then I
3-1.
don't know
Yeah,
who scored for the Newcastle.
Louis
it
Hall,
was
Then
hold.
Chelsea
It
player.
was hold.
Okay,
former Chelsea.
he
The
scored.
guy was in Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I
these
think.
guys, but the thing is this, man, you guys have a tendency, but this season, but you guys have, your club has basically they have this tendency of last minute, yeah. You see what you guys did against Chelsea. You saw what you
Yeah.
guys nearly did, but in fact, even this FA Cup, let me just say, you guys are so lucky. You guys are so lucky to be in the final, by the way,
No, bro,
Derek.
we deserve it,
No,
bro.
you are
Last season
We don't
lucky,
finalists. I
man.
deserve
should
it.
come
We don't
last season
deserve it. Come
finalists, this season
on.
finalists. As in two
Bro,
seasons in a row to make a final.
bro, you are
There's
very
no
Two
trophy
lucky.
seasons
in
in a
being a
row, bro.
finalist.
Two
Bro.
seasons in a row.
There's no trophy in
Yeah.
being a finalist.
Two seasons, and we didn't have it easy. Remember, we were the one who knocked Liverpool out of the FA. So we didn't have it easy like to Lichizana teams as equal. We played some serious games though. So
So
we
so
deserve it.
last season, yes, you played actually. By the last season, you guys played all right. Last season, by the Ten basically came, and then Revolution has achieved the whole thing, yeah. But this season, bro, they have been seeing you guys play. Even the Coventry game, looking at the game
Yes.
versus Burnley, you guys are struggling against relegation teams. Looking at the
I'm,
Burnley game, I mean, the most recent,
I'm,
the Coventry game,
I'm
bro,
not
you guys
disputing that
actually were
fact.
three
I
nil.
can come.
You were 3-0 up. And then these guys came from nowhere and started scoring left, right, center.
Remember, Achan Kambe, that game against Coventry, yeah, I think that was the first game second keeper played. I don't even know the name of that goalkeeper.
Beyazil.
Onana was at
Beyazil.
AFCON. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, whatever, bro. That was his debut, bro. You get it. Hiyo ilikuwa game yake ya kwanza in a Man
Coventry
United.
game
In a Man
Onana
United.
played. Way. Ama, you're
No, no,
talking about
Onana didn't play that game. Onana didn't play that game. Onana was at
semi-final.
AFCON.
Coventry game.
Not the
Onana
Coventry
played.
game.
Yeah, he
Or it-
did play.
He
The
did
Coventry
play.
game.
The
Yes.
Oh,
Coventry game, the FA.
I think I'm talking about the Newport. Oh, sorry, the Coventry game. The Coventry game. The Coventry game.
You,
What was the score on that game?
the
Abu
Coventry
remind
game,
me.
the scoreline
You
actually,
are
the
leading
Coventry game.
3-1 and you almost lost.
Let me just refresh your memory. But the Coventry game
Okay,
basically was, Coventry,
yeah.
the championship side, the FA, where you
Oh,
guys
oh,
actually,
yeah. The game we went on penalties.
yeah, the game we went on
That's one.
penalties.
Oh, I remember the game now. I
That's what
remember
I'm
the game.
saying. But you guys were lucky, even lucky to be the final, banner.
Right, it was sometimes. Hey, okay. That game we were lucky. That particular game we were lucky. I'm not going to.
Many games this season you've been lucky, my bro.
But
Many
the
games.
thing, but
No, they've not been lucky, by the way. These
okay.
guys have been getting it, banner.
So
Exactly. The rub of the green is going United's way every
I'm
single
not
time.
I'm not disputing that fact, and everything you're saying is all down to injuries. I've never seen our club having so much injuries in one season like this season. Like
Chelsea have been the most with injuries.
In the Premier League alone, we have had like 14. Is it 14 combination in centre backs? Like which team does that? We have had 14 combination in centre back. That's Martinez, Varane, Maguire, Evans, Casemiro. Like nowadays, we don't even know how our squad is. Like if you are, I don't think it's the same first 11 2 games in a row. It's down to injuries. You're saying we have been lucky, but we have been very unlucky with injuries. The injuries have had they've had a say on our season this season. So we've had too many injuries. Everything is down to
Derek,
injuries. I think when we
Derek,
have if we have a fit squad, we really do play good football. And I want you to and I want you to. This is on record, right? I think
this
on
is on
the
record.
FA final game, I think on the final game, I think we'll have most of our players back. I think we'll have Martinez. I think we'll have maybe Varane. So as in, I want you to see that game, how we'll play that game. Yeah. If we have a fit squad, we do play good football. But if we have so much injuries ambazo tuko nazo,
So,
our
so,
games are
so, so,
going to
so,
be decided by luck.
so Derek, let me ask:
Yeah.
do you actually see yourself beating Man City by the in
I'm,
the FA
I'm
Cup
not.
final,
I'm not seeing us losing 2 finals in a row against the
bro?
same team. I'm not saying. I'm
Abdul,
not saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
you
not.
want to know that from the
Personally, I'm
horse's
not
mouth.
saying.
So you are here.
Yeah.
It's
No, no,
good to
actually,
drink from Derek.
No.
Derek, can you confidently
Yeah.
tell us
I'm
that you're going
telling
to win
you. I'm
the
telling
FA
you.
Cup?
Yeah. I'm not seeing us losing 2 finals 2 years in a row against the same club. As in, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that actually. I'm not saying. If I'm being honest.
I think this time maybe it will be worse than last time.
Last season, acha nikwambie, the last season game, De Gea cost us the game. Like game ilianza 1-0. If you remember that game, game
Yeah.
team and hivi Gundogan
Second
shoots the ball.
goal.
I think that was the fastest goal in an FA Cup final. We considered even before the first minute. So De Gea cost us that game last season.
Derek, do you guys know who you're playing against?
Uh,
Eh?
the champions elect.
The,
Who
the
you're
one
playing
team that has
against?
given Man City a game is Chelsea. You guys have been
You're playing
No,
against. Let me just remind you of exactly who you're playing with. You're playing against a treble winner. You're playing
okay.
against
Yeah.
somebody who's now going to break the history in Premier League of winning four titles back to back.
Yeah.
Manchester United, where you guys are right now, do you see yourself actually beating? Do you think Pep? Do you think KDB? Do you think Rodri
I
will
don't know
allow
how
you
we are
guys
going
to
to do
do
it.
that?
Personally, I don't know how we are going to do it, but I'm sure we are not losing two cup finals in a row. That can never be in a club, man.
if you do, you're going to buy a City shirt.
I never, Mazere. There's only one Manchester. Yeah.
The blue side of Man.
So, so, so Derek, let me ask you, by the way,
Yeah.
next season, I saw Ten Hag, but they gave a very beautiful speech. Kept it short, precise, but straight to the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see the guy keeping his job next season? For me, I think that speech was more of like, you could say the body language. It seems like the board is still impressed with him, and the board basically still wants him to stay. Because I think he has one year in his contract, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the
Yeah. He
board
has one
basically,
year.
yeah.
He
So the
has
board
1 year.
basically wants him to stay. And
Yeah.
what you're saying about injuries, maybe that could be fair enough. But you guys have had injuries, so
Lots of
do you
injuries.
see? Yeah, do you see Ten Hag by this keeping his job next season?
Yeah, I think I'm seeing him keeping his job. Like the Newcastle game, which was yesterday, the players really played. The players are not like throwing him under the bus. I think I was telling you that during the preview
Yeah,
of the Arsenal game.
yeah.
The players really fought for the players did fight for the guy. I don't think they want to sack him. Naturally, they used to like before Mourinho was sacked. I think the players threw him under the bus, even Oli, even Ole
Mm.
Gunnar Solskjaer. The players threw him under the bus. But under Ten Hag, I'm not saying that. The thing is, we just
You don't think that Man United needs an overhaul, or you think the players
we
are good
need an
enough?
overhaul. We need an overhaul. We need to sell the dead players. We have a lot of deadwood
The
quality.
mercenaries like Bruno and Rashford, Ama.
No. Hey, Bruno, yeah, he's world class, man. I think he's the only world class player in Man United at the moment. But we
Okay.
have a lot of dead wood. We
Like
need
give us examples like who? Rashford,
okay.
Anthony.
I'd say no. Anthony, yeah, Anthony, we've given him lots of chance. He's not delivered. Even the young kid Amadiaro is playing better. So we have like people like Johnny Evans, people like Tony Marshall,
Mm-hmm.
people like Wan Bissaka. Like those are not Man United material.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think we need to like sell 10 players. We bring some like 10 players. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
yeah, we need to sell these players. I think I'd love it. We sell and not even buy. Like get these
But
dead people out of
who
the
are
club.
you going to sell these guys to? No one will take these guys.
Like so, okay, some people kuna macontract fees hatu zimeisha. Some as in
Uh-huh.
tumekuwa tukipatia players contract for no reason. So I
Let
think
me
like
say,
contract yako tu ikiisha, we toka timu yangu uende.
I think let me say this actually, Derek. Where I see Man United, I see Man United being in the position Arsenal was in some time back. You
Yeah.
basically first of all have to accept that you're going to go at a loss. The players which you're going to sell, you're going to all sell them at a loss. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
back in the days when you had some bums, we had a lot of dead dude. Yeah. So you basically have to get rid of the dead dude first, accept that because you bought them. I mean, some of the players you bought, Anthony, Varane, you're basically just going to sell them for nothing. It's just like Pepe, the players we bought, some very dead useless players. So you basically have to go in this phase whereby, get the dead dude, you know, take the L and accept that, you've basically made a loss. And then
Yeah.
you have to now start rebuilding around these young tucks. Because I feel like the young players you have, Maino. You have some very good players that should
Yeah,
Hoyland.
Maino,
Let's
Ganacho, Ahmad. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're back to it's funny how these days Arsenal, basically people are referring to Arsenal as the trendsetters for trust in the process. Funny how Abdul, you guys, man, these days you
No,
guys trust
I'll
you
say
guys
until you win until you win a trophy,
They
there
win
is
a
no
trophy.
process. Yeah,
There's no process exactly.
there's no process. Actually, there's nothing I've done. Actually, if I'm being honest with you, you've competed, but you haven't won. Yeah, we were making we were okay. So before Liverpool won the Champions League, we were actually making fun of Klopp. I think they were calling him, they
Until
were
you
hugging
won.
Matt until he won. So until you win a trophy, personally, you're just
There,
competing, nothing much.
we
the
are
rest just
competing,
come.
but
Yeah,
actually looking up to us, huh? You wish
no,
your
no,
club would be
no,
run the way you're
no
running.
one is
That's
looking
what
No
at
one
you
is
guys are
us.
looking
doing.
at Arsenal. No one is
Bro,
looking at
Bro,
Arsenal.
we're in a cup final. We're in a cup final.
Abdul,
Like we have
Abdul,
a chance of
Abdul,
winning a trophy.
Abdul. Let me
You
just
guys
say, first
are
of all,
you guys were depending on Tottenham. No, like bro,
no,
no
no.
one is looking up to you.
Begging
Let me
Tottenham to win.
let me say this. Let me say this, Abdul. Tell me that these guys, you never used to trust in the process. Do you remember these guys by the a coach by the it was about performance. You come in,
Yep.
it's either you perform or you out. That was
Exactly.
it, by
Yeah,
the way. So you
that
guys
is the
Chelsea,
basically,
inside Abramovich.
Chelsea,
sorry, Abdul, we're losing you.
Yeah, we're losing Abdul.
Anyway,
Yeah. You can continue. Let his screen load,
we
man.
can continue by there as we wait for Abdul to come back in. But anyway, listen, I think that's
or everything has
Abdul, man. Abdul, I think we'll just leave it there. We just leave it there.
But
We'll
but
try
but
next time.
but the thing Don is saying,
Yeah,
trusting the process. I understand that. I understand that part very much. Yeah, like me, I'm tired of us sacking coaches, bringing new managers, having a good season, becoming sick next
yeah,
season. That's why
yeah,
personally, I don't want us to sack Ten Hag. Like I'd rather
yeah. No,
have him as in, we just try. We see where it goes next season.
yeah,
Yeah, then we continue. So and I'm not and where we are at the moment, I'm not seeing the board actually sacking Ten Hag. I think we're
uh,
going with him like one more season. Akitunji next
yeah,
season, he'll be gone even mid-season. Like if Katule is like our season has like personally our season ended I think in December. By the time
right.
it was in December, we knew we were not going to win the league. We knew we were not going to finish in the top four. Our
Yeah,
season basically ended in November. So if
yeah,
we have a similar season next season, I think we'll be sacked even before the season is over. So I think we'll give him a chance next season.
yeah. You
guys, you can
Abdul,
see me now.
we
Hey,
can
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
but you're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up actually.
my laptop turned off, man.
Anyway, listen, guys, man, it's been great actually having you guys around. We need to do more of this. Listen, just one question, by the before I sign off, yeah, or before you sign
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
Abdul. Let me start with you.
Yeah.
By the way, which
Uh-huh.
team are you rooting for to win the Premier League?
That's a very easy answer, bro. And you know which team?
Derek,
Hello, can you see me, bro? Hello. Okay,
yeah,
I'm
I can
back,
see
huh?
you. Which
Yeah,
team
yeah,
Okay,
are
yeah.
you
so
rooting?
which team? Okay, me personally, can both team lose? Can both Man City and Liverpool not win the league? Yeah, I basically hate them both,
Derek,
but
you'd rather Arsenal or City?
nah, me personally, me I don't like Arsenal. As in, me I don't like
Exactly.
Arsenal.
No
Like
one likes Arsenal, bro.
I wanted us to finish your league
No,
dreams at Old Trafford, but it didn't go as planned.
I'm really surprised. I'm really
Arsenal is an
surprised.
unbearable
But
team,
personally, me, okay,
especially
as
their
actually,
fans. So no
see,
one wants Arsenal to win.
like you said, the Manchester Derby rivalry, that's there in Manchester. Mr. Temba pale kutenda mta Man City anza kunambia ati yote tumeshinda ligi. But the Arsenal fans, ay man, you guys are something, man.
No one likes Arsenal, bro.
Yeah.
We don't care. We
So,
live by ourselves.
yeah.
Listen, guys, let me wrap this up by the way. So, but
By the way,
again, thank you guys for tuning in.
okay,
Uh,
before you wrap the show, let me just ask you this question: Who has been your player of the season this season? Just
bro.
general.
Cole Palmer.
Who's been outstanding?
Declan Jollof Rice, man. That's my play of the season, banner.
Cole Palmer.
Yeah, it's,
Ah,
He
nice,
should
nice
win
one.
those awards, but you guys know it. Ah,
Anyway, listen, guys, we wrap this up. I'll be seeing you guys on the next one, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
Hopefully we win the FA Cup.
Hopefully you
We,
don't.
hopefully we'll win the FA Cup. Yeah.
We'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be there.